So let's open it up and take a look. That's nice. Little etched piece of glass, the Holosun logo on it. That's pretty cool. Owner's manual goodies. The cleaning cloth. Some silica gel. Put that in my pile of other silica gel packets that I've gotten. So this is the little tool that you're going to use to access the battery tray on the other side of the optic here. So let's pop this out and take a look. So it does come with a Picatinny rail. However, this is going to go on my P10C pistol, which I'm going to be doing a series about. The series is just going to cover the switch from standard iron sights to a red dot carry, or excuse me, to a red dot optic for a carry firearm. So it does just kind of pop right off of there. There's some screws that obviously would hold it in there, but I think when they shipped it, they just set it in there. There we go. So it would sit flush, or a little more flush, on the slide of the firearm. So Holosun is really big on the solar panels that they put on these. You'll see a lot of their optics have not only obviously the battery power to them, but they also have the solar power. That's great for two reasons for me. Is that one, you are conserving power by having the solar whenever you're shooting outside during the daytime. Obviously you're going to be able to use or pick up some of that solar power in there. And if you didn't have a battery in there, I believe it would still work because it would function off that solar power. But then obviously if your battery were to fail on you, and not just because it runs out, but batteries are, you know, prone to have issues. They can rupture, or you just have a bad battery in general, depending on what quality you got. And you might not realize that and go to use the firearm and you don't have any power to it, but then you have the backup that gets picked up by solar. So I think that's great. The Holosun has that two system power kind of fail safe in place. That way you're kind of double covered in terms of always having that dot available and not having to transition back to irons. So it looks like it also ships with the screws to mount. There are some longer screws and some shorter screws. I would assume these longer ones probably are what would attach the optic to this Picatinny rail mount, and then your shorter screws are probably for attaching the optic to a pistol slide. Okay guys, so I got this thing out, did get it powered up. To power it up, you just hit one of the brightness buttons on the side here and it will turn on. And right out of the gate, I noticed something that I didn't like about it, which is the auto brightness feature. So I'm inside my house right now, obviously. And I was kind of looking through it, and it was a little dim, but it wasn't anything crazy. And then I'm sitting in front of a window right now at my house, and I kind of just held the optic up outside to see what it would look like against, you know, kind of a brightly lit area, and the reticle itself was way too dim. So I think what is occurring is that the optic itself is picking up the ambient light from inside of the house, which is obviously different from what it is outside of the house. So, I mean, are you going to be shooting from inside to outside often with this? Maybe not, probably not. But if you were inside of a car and somebody was outside your vehicle and you needed to engage that threat, that might be an issue. I mean, and it's not limited to say that you're never going to shoot from inside to outside, but I did just notice that on auto, when I looked out kind of in the yard there, it was way too dim, like concerningly dim, not usable, or almost not usable. So it's fine. It's not a big deal. I kind of knew this was an issue that some folks had in reading up on it. So In order to fix that, you just take it out of auto mode and into manual. And to do that, you just press down the plus button for 3 seconds, and then your reticle will blink if you're looking through it. And then you can adjust your brightness to whatever you would want it to be. So I've got mine set where I would like it for both outside and for inside. So I'm going to go ahead and take it from manual mode to lock mode. And to do that, same thing, you hold down the plus button and your reticle should blink. There it is. And so now it is in lockout. So even if I press the dim button on here, it won't do anything. Like if I accidentally pressed it, it's not going to dim or get brighter or anything like that. It's going to stay the same brightness, which is great. Also, guys, by the way, the dot that you're seeing right now through the camera lens, that is not what the actual reticle looks like. That's an issue with, I guess, the holographic itself and how the camera reacts to it. So that would look like a massive pumpkin-sized dot on your target. It's not. In fact, this is actually the reticle that I have pulled up, or that I have it on right now, is the 32 MOA circle and the 2 MOA dot. I think it's picking up just a halo of the 32 MOA, which is making it look huge right now, but it's not, trust me. So I've got that set how I like it, which is great. And just to give you guys a heads up, you know, if you are looking to leave it in a particular mode, I would recommend going to manual, find the brightness that you like for both indoor and outdoor, set it, and then put it into the lockout mode.